Hi everyone, welcome back to Crystal TV. An Akpabio businessman known as Dr. Akpabio has dropped First Bank Nigeria. This dragging no be small thing, my correct people. Them this man is dragging them because of fraudulent activities which happened in his account with First Bank. According to this man said that he stand before an Abia State High Court over what he described as pre mediated fraud of over 550 million naira from his fixed deposit account with the bank. In his lawsuit filed by lawyer Ebuka Wense, the claimant stated that First Bank has refused to return the deposit made by their clients. This cumulative deposit amounting to 550 million naira was initiated by their client following the threat of withdrawal of the branch from Abereba. My correct people, them I will allow you guys to watch the full details of this video and of course what Olukbei, Erufai and others say regarding this in Arise Television. Don't forget to subscribe and feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section.
His petitions and requests for investigation into that tampering of his funds, nothing was done about it. And this is a bank where he had several deposits. So he now asks for his deposits in case such fraudulent practices fixed deposits. In case such fraudulent practices had also extended to them, that he didn't want anything to do with them again, because they had not shown good faith in the management of the funds, and they refused to release the funds, telling one story and another, asking for time, saying they wanted to investigate. In the course of their investigation, they sacked about 9 of their staff. Issues began to come up. The deposit advices for the fixed deposits issued by First Bank, they said they were not, they could not trace it in their system, so he should go away. He wrote to the bank's MD, he wrote to CBN, and each of them were saying, we are investigating, we are looking into it, we are investigating. So he had to bring the matter to court. The total deposit of 550 million is not such funds that one would fold his hands and allow it to go to waste. So that is the dispute that is now before the court.
What date are you giving now?
Now the court has adjourned to 26th of March and the 2nd of April for hearing to commence.
A certificate of fixed deposit issued to me, 250 million and 300 million respectively, for over 10 years. From 2014, I left that because I did not want First Bank to be removed from my hometown. Then over time, as the Lord will have it, upon arrival into Nigeria, from the airport, I went straight to Abuja to pick some funds. 55 million in a savings account had disappeared. And that was what triggered this. They said I had just made a withdrawal at Umar. I said it couldn't have been possible. They triggered an investigation, and it happened that indeed, bank officials had withdrawn 55 million in 6 installments of 10 million and 5 million respectively, of which they accepted. They accepted responsibility, and it took about 1 week for the funds to be returned to me. It was then I became very afraid, as anybody would. Then I wrote to say I wanted to terminate my fixed deposit, only to tell me that my money was nowhere to be found. Stories. I mean, can you imagine that? And in the course of that, I've found out that First Bank has involved themselves in a lot of criminal activities of their staff. And they want to shy away responsibility, as if their staff was different from them as an institution. Fixed means that the money is locked. Nobody should have access to it. And to the extent that the bank was unaware of their staff removing funds of individuals and using them for whatever purpose, that shows that there is a problem with supervision of the bank. And then to find out that it even happened at the highest level shows that something is fundamentally wrong with this bank. The bank has become a crime scene. There's need for investigation.
All right, we had our reporter there, and they did try to speak with, the lawyers of First Bank at the venue, and I believe they declined to speak. I mean, of course, this matter is sub judice. I mean, it's in the court at this point. It started back in 2023, like he said, I believe during the time of the former chairman, Oba Otudeko. And like he has narrated, he's obviously very hurt. And I know that this is an incident that will hurt any individual at this moment, Ayo.
Absolutely. I recall, and I'm glad you mentioned the year 2023. I remember that at that time, online banking in Nigeria was faced with a lot of challenges. People reported how they would make transactions and it would not reflect. Some people reflected how they would open their bank app and they wouldn't see any amount of money. It's not the first time we've heard stories like this, and it's not peculiar to any particular bank. There are banks in Nigeria that have received complaints, but I think in terms of response, what I know, at least from looking at the story that has come forth, is that they have instituted an internal investigation in First Bank, and a few people have been held culpable and dismissed as a result of that. Yes. I can understand the man's being aggrieved at this. If you lose 20,000 naira, 10,000 naira, you know how it is, especially if you worked hard for your money. How much more in millions? That's a big deal. So I think beyond this, it should also be a wake-up call to the banking industry for regulations to ensure that customers' deposits are protected. But I think it's a good move that they've investigated, and I hope that they've returned, if they haven't, the amount of money that is said to be missing.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The man there, he said that the money was returned, but it was when he wanted to withdraw his money that trouble started. So, it's still under investigation, and hopefully we will follow up on the story if there's any new development, really. Well, all right, now we'll take another story. The senator representing Edo South, Nedai Maswen, who is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition, has denied reports that the road leading to his home in Edo State, as reported in a viral video by a content creator, Mr. Wi-Fi, is bad. Well, we sent our correspondent, Christy Macaulay, to assess the area. Well, Macaulay started her journey from Barrister Nedai Maswen's street in Amagba, GRA, where the senator's house is located, and found the street in motorable condition. Macaulay also accessed Ogofota Street in the same Amagba, GRA, which is the street leading to the senator's house. And as reported by Mr. Wi-Fi, the street is indeed in bad shape. Let's take a look.
This is Ogofota Street in Amagba, GRA, leading to Senator Nedai Maswen's house.
Yeah, but I see senator representing Edo South. In case you don't feel they lie, see, now he drop all these lights for year. See lights where he drop. See, senator, road to senator house. Senator representing Edo South. See, senator representing Edo South. Road to a house, like road be this one. A road like be this one. My people, like I say back on show now. We not get leaders for this country. We not get leaders. But you they active for House of Assembly. You they active for Senate. You they submit petition. They say may they suspend Ntasha. How far I come and be? How you come and be? We feel say maybe they talk for House of Assembly or for Senate House. We not know say you they talk where. Oga, your road to your house is not good. You call yourself a senator, a city senator, Senator Nedai Maswen, fix the road to your house, fix your environment.
All right, the man says, fix your environment. And again, in his video, he said the street leading to Senator Maswen Street. And so I had to send the reporter. I said, go and find this exact location. Make sure that it is actually, if it is indeed not true, please report accurately. And the reporter went out there and saw the same street where, Mr. Wi-Fi was, and he said it was about 7 houses from the Senator Neda Street. I guess Senator Neda doesn't know that street. Ogofota Street. I mean, just that's actually where the street is. But you know, just for the senator, he had sent a response to Arise News when we took the story, saying that obviously that he's disappointed that you know, we took for truth what was clearly false. I reached out to him saying that we're happy to give him a right of reply, but I didn't get a response. Even our senior booker also reached out to him. He didn't get a response. But in fairness to him, he said that he has built other roads in his area. Good. I hope I can pronounce these, if you can help me. In Orimwon local government area. That's why he said that he's built some street in Osayoge Street in Ovia Southwest. Yes, he's done that as well. In Abudu. Those are the two streets that he's done.
The question we should ask is, why is that street so dirty? Even if you say, okay, you want to see cow, melu. Even if you say, okay, you want to do other street before you do yours. Right. Hope they also know that at least you need to clean the sanitary conditions there. Look at the refuse dumps. Does that street look like a street that a service senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Is that even a vicinity? Look at the dead. See. Disease. Look at melu everywhere. So it shows that there's a big problem about our hygiene. Also speaking about Senator Neda, I hope you know that there's a story that's breaking exclusively on the Premium Times, where they are saying that some members, I talked about that before, they said that some members said they didn't know how their signature got up there in the list. You know, I said the scandal was going to break because I had intel. Sources had been talking. Now, Premium Time has broken that story. So what we are just saying is, Senator Neda, please clean the streets. Even if you can't do the road first, they should evacuate that refuse dump from there. Is it that they don't have something to carry refuse away from there? And what are those cows doing on that street?
Okay, one question.
What's your question?
Is the repair of roads, either on individual streets or within the municipality or the state, the basic function of a lawmaker?
Well, it's not.
Is it not an executive function?
Well, you're absolutely right on that.
So I think we should moderate our criticism when we say, Senator Emerson has a responsibility to repair the road leading to his house. No. What the man has said, even with constituency allowances, it's not the individual senator that is supposed to go and repair a particular road. Okay. That's an executive function. The function of the legislature is properly spelled out under Section 4 of the Constitution, which is to make laws for good governance, order, and stability of Nigeria. Anything outside that, it's an aberration. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's the primary responsibility of a lawmaker to go about digging boreholes and repairing roads and constructing, with due respect, taking over executive functions.
It's also an aberration
right,
that lawmakers should be pushing for constituency projects. In case you don't know, let me tell you this. Do you know that after their statutory transfer of 344 billion in this budget, these lawmakers snuck in another 170 billion for constituency projects, and they're going to be taking over 500 billion. And that's why they're holding them accountable. So, and also in reaction to your analogy, Dr. Abati, this lawmaker confirmed that he does roads around other areas. Have you noticed so?
That's what he said.
He's not the one. He wrote it himself. So he has confirmed that he does roads.
Well, I've raised the question that
he's here to write it. So what we should say is that they should stop doing the constituency projects.
Constituency allowances. Yeah. I don't need education on basic legal issues and principles of how the Nigerian government is run. But I've raised that question. Yes. It's a poser. Yeah. And I think intelligently we should evaluate that.
I mean, you're not the only one raising that question, Dr. Abati. I mean, people have said that he's not responsible for building roads. But like Rufai has said, he did confirm that he has built roads, which is what Mr. Wi-Fi was trying to say. That you are in this area. Oga, please fix the roads. Simple. I mean, I'm from Umukwata. I am from Umukwata, and I promise you the road leading to my hometown. I try my best to make sure that it is fix, and I'm not joking. I raise funds to make sure that in the capacity as chief of Umukwata Kingdom. All right, quickly.
I think it was important to separate what would be morally good or as a result of his influence and position to do, and whose responsibility it is. Let's not take away the local government, the state government as well, because but he has influence. And so one of the reasons why we have people who are closer to the people in government who are closer to the people in terms of House of Reps members, senators, and local government chairmen, so that they can meet the immediate needs of their constituents. So if road is the problem, then lobby your government to ensure that the roads are fixed.
With due respect, they should also withdraw that draconian thieving constituency project. Ayo, I am really very upset about this matter. Do you know why? And I'll tell you this, Dr. Abati. Yes, you made a very good point that we should debate on. But the truth is, do you know these people take billions of naira in these projects? And they don't have anything to show for it. And we keep indulging them.
Well, that is true. It does not make it right.
It doesn't make it right. So they should withdraw that constituency project. So, that's what we are saying in the first place.
Well, we have highlighted this story. Ogofota Street in GRA, Amagbo GRA. You should know because you are from Benin City. For Senator Neda Imaswe to take a good look at. We'll take another story now. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has criticized the lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Ntasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, for raising sexual harassment allegations against him at the United Nations Inter-Parliamentary Conference. While speaking during a plenary session on Thursday, Akpabio accused Akpoti-Uduaghan of attempting to embarrass Nigeria. Let's take a look.
Whatever decision we arrive at here is unanimous. And I recall the last decision we took, and which concerned one of our sisters here, the senior Senator Ntasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. I'm also aware that when she left the chambers, she went to Brakete Radio, and she went to Arise Television, and she distorted the facts. I'm aware further that she has now externalized the matter by attempting to embarrass the Federal Republic of Nigeria by going to give a narrative at the IPU UN event, totally different from what occurred in the Senate.
All right, Senate President has spoken. In the meantime, Senator Ntasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has filed a contempt case against Senate President Godswill Akpabio over her recent suspension from the upper legislative chamber. In the suit, Senator Ntasha named Akpabio, Neda Imaswe, and the clerk of the National Assembly as respondents, accusing them of deliberately disregarding a March 4th ruling by the Federal High Court in Abuja, which restrained the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions from conducting disciplinary proceedings against her. The disciplinary action stemmed from the incident on February 20th, when Ntasha was seen to have disrupted plenary by rejecting her assigned seat. In a notice of disobedience of a court order attached to Natasha's lawsuit and signed by the court registrar, the respondents, including Akpabio, were warned that their actions could result in their committal to prison for contempt of court. I mean, this story is absolutely trending, especially that last part I read. Akpabio is going to go to jail. Really, I mean, obviously, I guess it's attached to most of these sort of cases, right? Dr. Abati, a quick comment and then we'll find contempt.
It can be either contempt in the face of the court or contempt away from the face of the court, as Fashikuria. What it means is that, people are supposed to respect the rulings of the court and to conduct themselves as lawful, persons who respect the rule of law. In this particular case, the allegation, which was an issue that the lawyers to Mrs. Uduaghan brought up, the last time Justice Eguatu's court looked at the matter, was that the notice, the ex parte injunction was properly served, and that, the committee led by Senator Neda Imaswe still went ahead, to look into the matter and inflict all those conditions and punishments that they did, which was contrary, they pleaded to the order of the court. Now, the judge, confirmed that the order was served. I thought I saw that line in the report.
Yes.
You know, so, but when I saw that, I said, okay, this has been established by the presiding judge himself. Now, it is, I guess, on the basis of that, that Mrs. Sudwa is now saying is filing contempt application. However, contempt is not that easy, you know, to just impose in this particular case, particularly when the substantive issue itself has not even been heard. This was a motion ex parte. Now, and whether a contempt application, the order will be given or not, is at the discretion, in any case, of the presiding judge. The next issue is about the Senate itself. Will Justice Iguatu commit to prison the Senate President, the clerk of the Senate, and also the chairman of the Senate and Privileges Committee, and also other members? That would be a bit difficult. Right. It seems to me that the course of action that would be easier to pursue for Senator Akpabio would seem to be to take the matter itself to court and to insist that her fundamental human rights have been breached, that she did not receive fair hearing, and it's clearly within the powers of the court to say that nobody can be treated unfairly, you know, whatever the matter may be at all. Right. Maybe if she pursues that line, she may get the relief that she's seeking from the court of law.
Thank you for your submission. Pro bono, Dr. Patrick. Pro bono.